What actually makes a season historic in tennis? Djokovic 2015 or 2011, Nadal 2010, Federer 06, McEnroe 84, Borg in 79, Connors in 74, Laver all the way back in 1969. Is it Grand Slam dominance, win percentage, peak level, or doing it all against a quality depth of field? Every single one of these historic seasons gets remembered because the rest of the tour simply had no answers. So, looking at Jannik Sinner's 2026 season so far, where does it rank among the all-time greats? And has this even ever happened before?
He's the best player in the world. You cannot just choose to make the match long against Jannik. I mean, typically he goes out and kills everyone.
I was physically alright, he was much better player on the court.
He's very similar to Novak when he was at his best.
He has the level on clay to win every tournament.
I never played someone who played like Jannik.
If you have to point out one weakness of Sinner, which one would you say?
No, I don't know.
When he plays his best, there's not many that can reach this level.
Very difficult to read his serve. I mean, incredible weapon has become the last couple of years.
Too consistent, too good from the baseline.
Look at Rod Laver, 1969. He completes the career Grand Slam, 106 wins. But he also lost 16 times that year, good for an 86.8% win rate. And the tour in 1969? Well, no disrespect to Tony Roche or Tom Ocker, who were ranked 2 and 3 in the world that year, but nowhere near the depth of field that we see on the tour today. Jimmy Connors in 1974 was something else. 93 wins, 4 losses. He won 3 slams, and it could have been a clean sweep if he wasn't banned from the French. But there was no rival story for Connors that season, and 2 of those slam finals came against a 39-year-old Ken Rosewall. What about Bjorn Borg's 1979 season? He won his 4th French Open and 4th Wimbledon that year, plus his first year-end Masters, and finished #1 for the first time. An 84-6 record on the campaign, 13 titles in 16 finals. He became the first player to break the $1 million mark in prize money. Then Roscoe Tanner upsets him in the US Open quarterfinal. One blemish, but it sticks. So, moving right along. McEnroe, 84. The most dominant season ever by match win percentage. A 42-0 start to the year, 13 titles. Relentless consistency, and he's up 2 sets on Lendl in the French Open final. He didn't close it, so that's the ceiling on this one. Speaking of Ivan Lendl though, what about his 1986 season? Often overlooked by many. Now, fast forward about 20 years. Roger Federer, 2004 to 2007. He logs a record that looks like a typo, 247 and 15. 2006 might be his best year ever. 3 major titles and a Roland Garros final lost to literally the one guy on the planet who could beat him. Still though, 12 titles, a 19-4 record against the top 10, 30-4 against the top 20. I think we have to talk about those 4 losses. They all came at the hands of Nadal. Strip Rafa out of the equation, and Federer is playing the game on easy mode, a 90-1 record. What about Rafael Nadal in 2010? The first man in the Open era to win a Grand Slam on clay, grass, and hard court in the same season. A 22-0 clay court sweep across Monte Carlo, Madrid, Rome, and Roland Garros. How insane is that? But what happens when you witness a combination of consistency, dominance, and sheer number of accolades racked up in one year? I know that Djokovic stands among us were waiting for this one. Novak's 2015 season. He made the final of every big tournament he entered. 11 titles, 3 Grand Slams, French Open runner-up, 6 Masters 1000 titles, ATP Finals champion, year-end #1, all to the tune of an 82-6 record. 31 of those wins came against top 10 opponents. But now, half of you here will correct me and go, Noah, well, 2011 was better. And I'd say you have a point. Because he didn't just win, he decimated the field. A 10-1 combined record against Federer and Nadal. A 41-match win streak to open the year. Yeah, you could say this was the year where the balance of power shifted. So where does this leave us today? Right now, Jannik Sinner's 2026 season is playing out in real time, and you can't help but wonder just how wide the gap is between him and the rest of the field. And for those of you waiting for me to make a comment on how Alcaraz is injured and how the depth of the field today just isn't that good, well, you're not going to get it from me today. Sinner is into his 82nd week as world #1, which puts him in the top 10 for most weeks ever at the #1 spot in ATP history. And despite not winning the first 2 majors of the year, he's still in the middle of a historic season. The secret? Something quite ridiculous.
You cannot attack his first serve. I mean, Very unpredictable serve, great variety.
Jannik Sinner is the first man to win Wimbledon without conceding games on serve in the semifinal since Roger Federer in 2003. It almost sounds absurd that he faced the two biggest challengers in those matches and faced a total of 2 breakpoints while still not getting broken once himself. He also had the most aces at Wimbledon. Safe to say, it's been a career year on serve. Jannik is landing more aces than ever, and you can expect that number to climb even higher once indoor hardcourt season starts. Sinner on serve has been just as, if not more potent than Zverev, who, by the way, is statistically among the very best servers on tour. Sinner's placement is more accurate, and he's holding more than anyone else out there. There's just no way around it.
Game, second set. It's a hole to love for Jannik Sinner.
Earlier this year, I rated Sinner's serve relatively low in the Federer hypothetical video. We'll give Sinner an arbitrary score of 84 here, and then Federer's serve should be about a 92, thereabout. Oh boy, here we go. Looking back at just how mind-blowing Sinner has been on serve, and comparing some of the stats to Federer and Sampras's highest hold percentage years, 2026 Sinner has pretty much entrenched himself in the conversation as one of the best servers the game has ever seen. And, well, if I were to update Jannik's serve score, it's easily a 90 plus for me now. All year, Sinner has pretty much served his way out of danger without even trying, and weirdly, he cashes in more going down the tee than out wide on the ad, which is supposed to be his favorite serve. Serving lights out is one thing. Returning at the same level is an entirely different beast.
Oh, no way.
Sinner leads the tour in breakpoints created and breakpoints converted this year. That's historically rare. The best servers are hardly ever the best returners. But last year, for the first time since the ATP started tracking the stats in 1991, Sinner topped both charts, serve and return. He's on pace to do it again. Sinner himself says it. Holding serve easily is what frees him up to take more risks on the return.
I always think it's easier to return if you know mentally that you can hold serve, you know?
That's what a dangerous, but clearly still humble young man sounds like, and honestly, I don't think we've ever seen this combination of serving ability and ground game ability in one player. Here's where it gets really wild. His forehand quality has actually dipped a little bit this season. The backhand has remained solid, and the other parts of his game have also held firm. Overall, I'd say Sinner is a little less spectacular off the ground in 2026, but more controlled, more dominant in the serve-return exchanges. He's picking his spots instead of forcing them. He didn't even need his best tennis until the semis and final at Wimbledon, and even then, you could tell there was another gear he never had to use. After watching Sinner over the past few years, one of the things that's really impressed me is he seemingly has this ability to beat most of the tour at like 90% of his best effort. It's only when he needs to turn it up, like we've seen against Alcaraz, Zverev, or Novak, that he absolutely can, and oh boy, it is something to watch. Now, what doesn't get talked about enough is Jannik's movement. For me, he's easily the best mover over 6'3" of all time. The way he slides into the shot, the end range capabilities, his recovery back to the middle, the anticipation, it's Novak-esque. Can we make that a word? Outside of Alcaraz, no other player on tour comes close to replicating this. The crazy part is, the year didn't start clean for Sinner. He got beaten by an almost 39-year-old Novak and lost to Mensik in the Doha quarterfinal. Then he goes on this insane streak, winning the first 5 Masters 1000 titles of the year. For someone who hadn't won a big title on clay, sweeping the clay court Masters series was incredible, and it made me think that Roland Garros and the career Grand Slam were locked in. I know I get my fair share of flack from you guys on predictions, but come on, how could you not pick Jannik to win Roland Garros this year? Unfortunately, the heat got to Jannik. Second round in Paris, up 2 sets and 5-1 in the third against Juan Manuel Cerundolo. Somehow, he loses in 5. Then, it's straight into defending Wimbledon. No lead-up events, and he's coming off the worst loss of his year. He got it done anyway. After looking at everything that Jannik has been through over the past few years, the doping scandal, the rebound, questions about being second fiddle to Alcaraz, it's no wonder that his mentality is as strong as it is, and clearly it is taking him places today that maybe no player has ever gone before. Right now, Sinner is sitting at 44-3 for the year, which puts his match winning percentage for the season at 93.6%. That's a historic number that puts Sinner in the top 5 all time. Of course, sheer volume of matches played matters, but so do Sinner's accomplishments this season so far. Nobody can touch Jannik right now, and that's just the facts. He's in the middle of a historic season any way you slice it, and the crazy part, it doesn't even seem like anyone is challenging him right now. But how would we remember Jannik's 2026 season with his greatest rival, Alcaraz, sidelined by a wrist injury since Barcelona and out of the picture for almost the entire season so far? How would Sinner's 2026 season have looked with Alcaraz healthy all year? Maybe we get a Wimbledon final rematch. Maybe Madrid and Rome go differently. The head-to-head says it could have gone either way. Most importantly, how would we remember Jannik's 2026 season if he only ends up with one major? On the flip side, if he wins the US Open, does a 2-slam season with these numbers outrank a 3-slam season from someone else? Is 2 greater than 3 here? And we have to talk about that Cerundolo loss in Paris. How much does that actually cost him in the history books? Truth is, the stat sheet doesn't quite capture how good this year has actually been for Sinner. If only Grand Slams mattered, then maybe tennis fans need to reevaluate what a historic season looks like, because we might be dangerously close to disregarding arguably one of the greatest seasons in the history of the sport. For Sinner, the job is simple. Keep winning and let the history books sort out the asterisk. But let me know your thoughts. Where would you rank Jannik's 2026 season among the best seasons of all time? Guys, as always, if you loved this video, be sure to stay tuned for what we have coming up on Courtside, especially as we're rolling into the US Open season. We have a ton of cool stuff coming up, talking New York City events, some reporting from the grounds, and so much more that you're not going to want to miss. So like, subscribe, follow the Instagram if you're looking for more content from Courtside, and until next time, keep going for the Lions.